Hi, I'm Miss Asu, and this is lesson number 4 of the Python programming lessons. Let's see. Last class we learned about variables, data types, and operators. Do you remember all of that? Last lesson was the first class in which we started using Python, so it was our first time in Python. We learned that programming languages work step by step. So code goes like this, like just like how you read from top to bottom. Well, programming languages also go from top to bottom, right? So first we do this, then we do this, then we do that, like a recipe for a cake, or I don't know. Yeah, like buy the ingredients, mix the ingredients, turn on the oven, so on, so on. And after you are done with all the instructions, the result is that you could bake a cake, right? So to write a program to bake a cake, you need multiple instructions, and you need to do them in order, one by one. Okay, that's what we learned last class, right? Today we're going to learn a bit more about operators, since the only operator we learned about last class was this one. I mean, we also saw this one, this one. Let's see what all of that is about. We also saw that variables is the way that we have to store information in our computer, because yes, we want the computer to follow orders with instructions, do this, then do that, then do something else. Or for example, how to fly. Well, first flap your wings, or flutter your arms or whatever, and then jump, right? So you have to do many things in order, instructions. But we also want the computer to store information, because imagine if every time we turned on our computer we had to put our username again, our password, all our files, they need to be stored, right? We cannot put all of that information every time we use our computer, right? So if memory is like a box, if our computer is like a box, well, last class we saw some code here. For example, this is how a variable looks like, right? This is the name of the variable, favorite subject, and this is the value, okay? This is the name of the variable, and this is the value. Okay, doesn't matter a whole lot, but so here, for example, toys equals 22, it means tell the computer that I have 22 toys. And here, favorite subject equals art. Well, this is the name, this is the value. My favorite subject is art. Okay. So the computer will go like this, right? First, show Asu on screen. Okay, Asu. Then show my surname, Cian. Okay, so show that one. Then you have to remember that my favorite subject is art. Here. Then you have to remember that I have 22 toys. Here. Did I do my homework? Well, this is another data type. It's like a yes-no question. Yes would be true. No is false, okay? So for us humans, it's yes or no. For the computer, it's true or false. Inside the computer, maybe not in Python, but inside the computer, true and false are just 1 and 0. True is 1 and false is 0, okay? Like a wire, un cable. For example, your lights. When you turn on the lights, cuando se prende la luz, it means that there's electricity going through the wire. Cuando el cable está prendido es true, es un 1. Cuando el cable está desenchufado, está apagado, no hay corriente, es false. So that's why it's ones and zeros, because, and that's why it's true or false, because if it's true, it's like the cable is turned on. It's like a switch, es como un switch de luz. Si está prendido, 1. Si está apagado, 0. Prendido, apagado, prendido, apagado. On and off, on and off. Okay. Let's see. Well, something we can do if we struggle to go line by line is that we can use the debug tool, okay? Debug means to fix errors in your code, but we can also use the debug tool to see line by line what's going on. Podemos hacer como si fuéramos Python y ver línea por línea. All I did was click here in the run and debug icon here. It's like a play button with a little bug. The bug is like the error, right? You can click here, you can click run and debug. And here it goes. If you are asked to choose a debugger, just choose the top option. For some reason it didn't ask me, but sorry, I forgot to. Yes, you need to. Do you see these red dots at the left of my code? Well, what this red dot is wherever you click it, you can see from there onwards, okay? Like if we want to see all of our code in one go, let's place it at the top, okay? Esto que se llama un breakpoint, lo vamos a poner arriba del todo, no nos vamos a poner a meter bien de lleno en qué es, pero lo vamos a poner arriba del todo y la idea es que va a correr desde donde está el punto rojo para abajo. Ya no va a correr todo el código, solamente desde donde está el punto rojo para abajo. Okay, actually it will run all the code, but we are only going to see from the red dot all the way to the bottom. So run and debug, now that I have the red dot here, the breakpoint. Okay, and now with this arrow, we can go line by line, okay? So first thing, show Asu on screen because it's my name, okay? Here it is. Well, it's a little weird. Maybe let's try again. Se ve un poco mal. Vamos a intentar de nuevo. Let's see now if it works. Okay, there. Show Asu. Okay, awesome. Now this line, show Xian. Okay, we learned last class that print is like, es como imprimir una hoja, like a photocopy. That is what printing means in real life. In Python, it's just show this on screen, like the whatever you put in between brackets, that's what it's going to show on screen. So next line number 5, you can see the yellow arrow here. This is where we are at. So yellow triangle there, line 5, favorite subject art, remember this. Okay, next line, toys 22. Next line. Did I do my homework? True or false? Well, no, I didn't do my homework. I should have, right? Okay, let's see. Do we like oranges? Okay, maybe just me. Do I like oranges? Yes, true. Okay, true. Likes broccoli? False. We don't like broccoli. So here to the right you can see like the name of the variable and the value. You can also see it up here. Let me see if I can close some of this stuff. Here you can see variables. It says so. There, look, variables. And there's a lot of variables here with all the values. So we go down. Show favorite subject. Let's see. Favorite subject, art. Okay, awesome. Sorry, it was this one, right? Favorite subject, art. Okay, and it will go here, art. Great. Show the number of toys. So the computer goes up here, toys, 22. Or you can also look it here, okay? Toys, 22. Then show 22. All right, down here. What else do we have to get from the box? Do we like oranges? Yes, we do. Okay. We like oranges around here. True. Okay. Likes oranges, true. Likes broccoli, false. Here it says false too. False. And that's it, right? And that's where the program ends. Now, why is this useful, the debug tool? Because, for example, let's see, party guests. Let's say that I'm planning a party, right? We're going to see some operators here too. So here I have 6 guests to my party, my birthday party, which is pretty soon, by the way. We have Alice, Bob, Charles, Danny, Edward, and Frank invited to the party. Sorry, there was like a little typo there. We also saw that this symbol, the one that is in the same key as number 3 on your keyboard, this is the, I don't remember, the hash symbol. It has some other name, but yeah, we saw that this is not code, this is not code, this is code, right? Like whatever we write to the right of the hash symbol is just for us to read. Y se marca acá en verde, okay? So whatever we have to the right of the hash symbol, it's highlighted in green text in Visual Studio Code, and it's not code, okay? It's just like a note, es como una pequeña anotación, como si hicieras una anotación en tu cuadernillo. Like here, for example, you are writing code, but maybe you want to write some notes on the margin, por ejemplo. ¿Quieres hacer unas anotaciones al costado de la hoja? Okay. So this is not code with the hash sign, with the hash symbol, and this is code. Okay. So let's see. If someone else wants to come to my party, okay, great. I want to add 1, right? Like this. But here I need to do that. So what we're telling Python here is, for party guests, for this variable, add 1 to it. Why 1? Because Giselle is one person, right? But now, after that, Alice and Bob decided that they couldn't come because they had some other plans. That's a pity. Let's hope that they drop by some other party, or that they drop by home some other time. So now we have to subtract 2, because Alice and Bob, like we had 6 guests. Then Giselle came in, that's another one, and then Alice and Bob had a change of plans. So in the end, I should have 5 party guests. 5 party guests. So if we run this code, we should have 5, right? Let's wait for it. Okay, here, 5 party guests. Now, if we use run and debug, what you will see, don't forget about the red dot here at the top on the first line, we can track this variable line by line. That's why it's so useful. Okay, here it's telling me select a debugger. Me está preguntando, it's prompting me to choose a debugger. Okay, just choose the top option, Python debugger. And now you can see this is very useful for lengthy code where you cannot keep track of everything in your head. Okay, here you have party guests 6. Next line, here you can see it, party guests 6. Okay, but now add 1 to it. If it adds 1 to it, now it's 7. And now subtract 2 from it, because there's 2 guests that won't come. Now it's 5. So you can see line by line how many guests we have, okay? And then here, show this down here. That's the last step. Well, it didn't show properly, but it did when we run the code up here, right? If we run the code, it does show up properly. Okay, so that's the important thing. We can also print many things on the same statement. Okay, we call these instructions, or we also call them statement. It doesn't matter. Okay, in the same instruction we can print many things. For example, my name is Azul Cian, my age is 23. Remember that text goes in double quotation marks, or it can go in single quotation marks. Okay, with 1 or 2, it's the same. So I can do, this is what we have been doing so far, right? Like show my name, show my age. Here, actually, let me clear this. There, show my name, show my age. Also, it's all here. But what we can also do is, instead of this, okay, I'm going to just comment it for a little bit. This is a comment. I forgot to say it, but when we write with the hash and it's not code anymore, it's like a comment. It's like a note, but we call it comment. It's not code, okay? This is code. This is a comment. I forgot to say that it was called a comment. But something that we can also do is say hi class, I'm. We can put a comma, name, comma, and I am, comma, age, comma, years old. Okay, so we can do it like this. Hi class, I'm, this is my name, and I am, this is my age, years old. It's just printing all of the things together, right? Todo lo que separemos con coma va a ir todo junto. We can also do it with the plus symbol, okay? With the plus symbol. This is an operation we can do with text, okay? Maybe this will go in next video, but it's nice to have this little topic like connecting both lessons. What do you think will happen now if I run the code? Okay, there's a mistake somewhere. Because my age is not text. That's what's showing me, right? str means text, right? It's a string, like como un hilo, but it's called string, it's text, okay? Int is a number. So here what Python is telling me this error is, it says, in line 8, en el renglón 8, here in age is a number, and when you use print you can only show text. Okay, I can do this. That what this does is just, I mean, we can also do this. We can just put it as text. That's better. So now it works, but look at this. When you separate text with commas for the print, it adds a space. Okay, cuando ponen una coma agrega un espacio, y cuando pones un más se junta sin espacio entre medio. So here we need to add spaces ourselves. Okay, sorry. There, we need to add spaces there. So just two ways of doing the same thing. But this one, we will see more on it in the next video because it has to do with operators, okay? We saw a little bit about operators, but not too much. So stay tuned and we'll see it just now, okay?